Virginity. What is it? And what's the big deal about losing it? Let me cut to the chase. Virginity is a completely made-up concept.
What the literal hell?
Game to win. Game hard.
What's going on, y'all? Nick here, coming to you with another video. So we have this video from Planned Parenthood called "What is Virginity?" This is completely asinine from the concept that how in the world have we come this far into life? We literally in the year 2024 and we don't know the definition of virginity, or somehow we are to believe that it's a made-up concept. Society is clearly doomed. There's literally no hope for humanity. Before I get right into it, if you like videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment down below. But let's just get right into it, y'all.
Virginity. What is it? And what's the big deal about losing it? Let me cut to the chase. Virginity is a completely made-up concept. It's a term that was created simply to control and shame people, mainly women. A virgin is someone who's never had sex, but it's not as simple as it seems. For one thing, medically, virginity isn't a real thing. In some cultures, people place a lot of importance on the hymen, a thin, fleshy tissue located at the opening of your vagina, as a marker of virginity. But the status of your hymen doesn't actually mean anything. That's because having penis and vagina sex is not the only way a hymen can stretch open. It can happen by putting something in your vagina like a tampon or a finger, riding a bike, or doing sports. So you can't tell if someone's had sex by the way their hymen looks or feels. Another reason the idea of virginity is complete nonsense is that sex means different things to different people. Generally speaking, society tends to define sex in a very narrow way: penetration, penis into vagina. But where does that definition leave queer people, or folks who can't or don't have penis and vagina sex, and choose to have oral, anal, or another type of sex instead? And not everyone's first sexual experience is consensual, meaning that they were forced or pressured into having sex. There is also a double standard on who carries the burden of virginity. Society puts pressure on men for not having sex at the exact same time they shame women for having it. Make it make sense. Either way, shame has no place in someone's personal decisions about sex. It's time to throw away the notion of losing your virginity. What if instead of losing something, we reframe it as gaining? Because the truth is, when we make our own decision to become sexually active, we aren't setting ourselves up to lose anything at all. We hope we are gaining things like intimacy, self-insight, pleasure, and empowerment. All of these myths around sex and virginity can be so hurtful and overwhelming. But here's the one truth you should remember. Sex is defined by one thing and one thing only: you. Maybe that's being fingered for the first time. Maybe it's having anal sex. Maybe it's having your first orgasm. Maybe it's masturbating for the first time, or when you enthusiastically consent to sex. That's the beauty of your sexual journey. You're in charge, and you can figure it out on your own terms. Choosing to have sex, when, what kind, where, who with, is something that only you get to define.
Wow. You guys, Satan is clearly at work here. And it's very clear. It's so blatant and in your face. First off, let's get into some history real quick, right? This is coming by way of Planned Parenthood. If anybody knows anything about Planned Parenthood, you got I believe it was the president of Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger, right? She literally devised Planned Parenthood to exterminate black people. That's one, and that's very crucial because Planned Parenthood, all these facilities are always within the black communities, and it seems as if historically their goal was to, through abortion, depopulate the black community. And it seems like you can't stop black people from having sex. So now they go as far as to bring this sloppy woman, to actually try to influence the mindset of the youth today and try to make people believe that virginity is a made-up concept. Let's just debunk this real quick, right? First and foremost, is she right regarding the hymen as if it's not the actual indicator of virginity? She's actually right. I know many accounts of women who actually, quote unquote, broke the hymen and haven't had sex for years, and apparently it seems like it repairs itself. So there's cases like that. But you see, this is why it's so deceptive. First and foremost, how about we just actually tell the truth rather than you having to go through all this investigation of the hymen? How about you actually ask someone, did you have sex before? And rather than being deceptive, it's a concrete question that needs a concrete answer. Have you had sex before? The only two answers you can give is either yes or no. You see, all this concept about the hymen, it really doesn't take all of that. It does not take all of that. And you see, and let's actually address one thing she mentioned too. She was saying how, where does it leave queer people who do not have penis and vagina sex? You see, again, this is the lewdness and the debauchery and the moral decay that's very prevalent in our society today. You see, this is the thing, right? And let me put it in the point of view of a parent, right? If you have a daughter, listen to what I'm telling you guys. If you have a daughter, both men and women, would you want somebody to defile your daughter by licking up on her, kissing up on her, fingering her? Do you get what I'm getting at? There are so many ways to defile somebody outside of just penis and vagina sex. So again, we need to actually get into this, right? How about you just protect your daughters and cause them not to have sex, period, point blank. You see, what happened to the time where people would actually have sex? And I'm going both, this is both for the men and women, even though biblically men can't be virgins anyway. But you guys, you go do your own research. But this is for both men and women. What happened to the time where if you were to have sex, you would have it with your married partner, with your spouse? You see, these are the kind of things where just like what this video promotes is, again, lewdness. So now what you say, virginity is a made-up concept. So in other words, women, you are free, you know what I'm saying, to just continually be deflowered, devalued, have a bunch of nonsensical sex, and men could just be a bunch of whoremongers. Men could just, have sex with countless women. Again, Satan is clearly at work. And it's sad because the people who bite the fruit of this lie, you guys will be sincerely deceived and you're going to be hurt. You're going to be hurt. All in the name of trying to somehow... You see, this goes to show you how valuable virginity actually is. It just goes to show you. You see, the shame that's involved when people end up losing their virginity, it's there for a reason. It's there to be a constant reminder that you messed up. And you see, this is the thing, right? I'm not here to condemn you because you quote unquote messed up, but you messed up nonetheless. And that shame is there for a reason. It's not for you to somehow try to, remove it out of your mind and act like it doesn't exist. No, you decided to lay up with somebody who, whether, I don't care through what nefarious means, maybe they told you everything you wanted to hear. Maybe they made you feel good about yourself. But when you chose to open up your legs, woman, when you decided to put your penis in that vagina, man, the moment you chose to do that and it didn't work out, you didn't get married to that individual, you messed up, period, point blank. I'm not going to mince my words. I'm not going to beat around the bush to make you feel better. No, you messed up. And the proof of you messing up could come in many forms. There's people that get STDs, people that end up, getting babies before their time, right? And now you're forced into single parenthood. Here's another one: all the schizophrenic and mental illnesses that come about. Yeah. You ever dealt with a bunch of women where it seems like they literally they're schizophrenic? They have multiple personality disorders, and 1 minute you're talking to this woman and she's so masculine, you don't know if you're talking to Dick, Tom, Harry. You don't know who you're talking to at that particular moment, and it's very apparent. Why? Because one moment when you first met this person, right, they were so sweet, they were so feminine, and then, like a split second, just like that, you don't know what you did that triggered that individual, and all of a sudden they talking masculine as hell. Yeah, you know what that is? That's all those soul ties. People don't want to talk about it. That's all those soul ties where, because of all the nonsense, all the meaningless sex that takes place, and now you don't even realize you're literally mingling all these different spirits. It's very sad, because I never would have thought that we would live in a daytime and hour where we literally are discussing this. What is virginity? I mean, who does not know? Who does not know? This is my only solution, because I don't want to make this video. It's just all this woe and darkness and doom. No. Here's the solution, y'all. Y'all need to literally plug out of this system, come out of the matrix, come out of Babylon, come out of her. I don't care how you want to phrase it, but you need to come out. You need to come out like the Bible says. Come out of her. Come out of her. The system, the education system, the political system, all these things that's ran by the world, you need to come out. Because it is very clear that they're pushing, the agenda is so clear that they're trying to push a mindset that's totally opposed to the Bible. And if you allow yourself or your children to continually be a part of that system, it's going to get to a point where morality is completely lost. I mean, it's already here. And for those of you who would like to try to hold on to any form of morality, they're going to ostracize you. You're going to be ostracized. You're going to be condemned. You're going to be demonized. You're going to be all of that. You're going to be enemy number one, public enemy number one. Why? Because you actually have a more conservative, biblical mindset. And the world, the way it's heading right now, they're totally against it. You're literally going to have a target on your back. That's why it's best to just come out. Because the more you rub elbows with the heathen, the more you rub elbows with those who do not care nothing about your Most High. They don't care nothing about your Elohim, Yahweh. They don't care nothing about the Bible. They don't care, guys. And you're going to find yourself literally vexed. Your spirit is going to be vexed increasingly every day, because you're going to be like, man, I don't fit in. I don't fit in. My mind is totally different. Yeah, it's totally different, because it's the agenda. They don't want no form of truth of any sort to exist anymore. This is really sad. Again, but here's what I would like to hear. I would like to hear from you all. What are your thoughts on this whole situation? Because I'm completely appalled that something like this actually exists. That you have Planned Parenthood trying to deceive people and try to make them believe that virginity isn't real. No, it's real. It's real. It's real. And I really pray that, especially for you young daughters out there, right? The young sisters out there, don't let anybody deceive you by taking something as precious as your virginity away. Wait until you're married, because you're going to end up doing something you're going to regret for the rest of your life. You're going to regret it. You're going to regret having all this meaningless sex. And for what? Just for a couple of minutes of pleasure, but you're going to live with that mistake for the rest of your life. Don't do it, and don't be deceived. Anyway, guys, if you like videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment down below, do all that YouTube stuff. And with that being said, Nick over and out. The message sent. Jesus is King, y'all.